Something that I would take with me from personal progress would be remembering that I am a daughter of God and that He loves me and He loves each and every one of us, and that through Him all things are possible, and that we can do everything that our hearts desire if we have the right mentality and if we strive to do what is right each and every day.
The first experience I ended up doing in Young Women's was the first faith experience, and that's whenever you begin to pray, you practice praying each morning and each night, and then journaling about it. And as I've gone back to my 12-year-old self and my journals about my prayers, I realize that I'm at my strongest whenever I'm praying, and I think that's probably the biggest blessing that I've learned through the personal progress program, that is about my divine nature and is about prayer and becoming closer to Christ.
Just going back and looking at my personal progress book, like I see all of the experiences that I did, like starting from when I was 12. Like I still remember the first thing that I did was I had to clean up here and there, like every single week I had to do something for somebody, and it was like for 2 weeks, and then after that I had to write down how I felt after those 2 weeks in a journal. And I remember that I wrote down that I felt like I was needed, like I was appreciated for all my work just in those, like just being in those 2 weeks helping out somebody. And like in Mosiah 2:17, we know that serving others, we are also serving God, and so that helps me realize how important service is.
The Personal Progress Program has prepared me and many others for their mission, for marriage, for their future families, and really it's just a way to personally gain your own testimony and feel the Spirit. The last project, your Virtue Project, or the last of the values, the Virtue Project, is to read the Book of Mormon. And it's just so important right now in this age to know the Book of Mormon is true and not just sit on the fence about it, and to know that this is the Word of God. And I think that whenever we as young women have actually learned and experienced that spirit that we gain from reading this book, we understand that this is the gospel that you belong to and that you are needed and wanted to add. So I was once sitting in a Sunday school class when someone said, being a member of the church is hard. Well, they're right, because we have such a long list of things that we want to accomplish in this life that it's really hard to just be a whole part of that. But because we have things like these, we have found a greater knowledge and a greater blessing, and just made the whole process so much sweeter.
So with our scriptures and our personal progress books, us as Latter-day Saint women can come together and strengthen each other with their knowledge of these things and embark in the service of God.
The temple, and we decided that we were going to either go around or go to the stake center, but smart me decided that I would step in this puddle of oil.
It was mud.
Maybe it was mud. And I slip and I fall, and everything goes down with me, and my white shoes are no longer white, and I have a large stain, and the cover of my personal progress book is covered in mud. So we run to the stake center, which is close to the temple, and we begin to wash myself off.
Oh my gosh.
And this is what happens when you are just so dedicated into the work.
wanted to say women.
Nema!
Sorry.
Okay, let's restart.
Alright. Okay.
Yes, finally, okay.
Okay, because that's what's on the paper. I'm gonna think of anything.
Good job, good job.